All right, kindergartners, we are going to turn our weaving into a fish today. How silly is that? So you are going to have a blue piece of paper at your table spot that we're going to fold in half like a book. And I'm going to make those corners nice and lined up and crease the middle. From the fold or the crease, I'm going to draw half a circle. So here's my crease. I'm going to draw half a circle. And I'm going to cut it out. Before you cut, have the teacher check that you have drawn from the fold. If I draw and cut from the fold, I'm going to get a hole in the middle of the paper for my fish. Pretty cool. If you cut it the wrong way, you're going to have shapes cut out of the sides, and it's not going to look like a fish. So right now I'm ready to glue my blue onto my weaving. So I'm going to put glue on this blue paper all around, close to the edges, in the corners. I am barely squeezing my glue bottle. If I squeeze, I'm going to get big drops like that, and that's just going to make a mess. I'm going to take that and kind of smear it with my glue bottle. I just need a little dab of glue all over. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm trying to line the corners up in the edges, and I'm going to smooth this. Now, I have a couple of papers that are coming off the edge from my weaving. I'm just going to trim those a little bit, trying not to cut my blue paper at all. Now I'm going to turn this into a fish. So a fish definitely needs some lips. We're going to use construction paper crayons today. They're going to show up really nice on this blue paper. And I think sometimes fish lips look like the letter B or the number 3. So right now I am adding things onto the blue paper to make this look like a real fish. Maybe he's going to have some fins at the top that are spiky. So I'm pressing pretty hard so my oil crayon shows up. If I go really light, it's hard to see my coloring. The cool thing about oil crayons is you can put patterns on top of the colors. So maybe on top of this yellow, I'm going to have, that didn't show up very well, I'm going to put some purple stripes. So if I push hard, the purple is going to show up on top of the yellow. And my fish might have a spiky tail. I am going to try not to color on my fish. The only thing I could maybe put on my fish would be an eye. But I don't want to color over my awesome weaving. If you look at my finished example, I have lips, an eye, fins on the top, the back, and the bottom. And then I added a little bit of the ocean floor. I have a clam or an oyster, and I have seaweed. I even have little tiny fish. You could add sharks, you could add octopuses, you could add frogs or turtles. Here's my trick for fish. I make an oval and I make a triangle and I color them in. That's my fish trick. You could add more fins at the top if you want and at the bottom, but the oval and the triangle are a great way to start a fish. When you're finished with your project, it's going to go in the drying rack.